Is there copies of
that one right there? It looks like the little one, half sheet.
So you can just like state your name real quick and the
Shawn, S-H-A-W-N.
Mm-hmm.
Duba.
And with 99%. Yeah. And so, how many weeks like have you been out here doing this?
So I've been out here since near the beginning. Yeah. So I guess it's how many weeks? 3 weeks now almost. Yeah.
Was it?
I come back and forth. I'm not camping here. I just come back and forth.
Oh, just during the day?
Yeah. Well, during the day, sometimes at night. It depends on my schedule. So, how'd you get interested in this?
Well, I've been interested in the Occupy Wall Street movement since really it started. Before that, I mean, the group that started it, I've done stuff with Anonymous. I know they kind of helped kick it off. I've done stuff with Anonymous before '99.
The Economist?
Anonymous, like an online, online group, people with the mask, you know.
Okay.
And and I saw this kicked off, and I just thought, I've been meaning to come to one of these and just show my support for the movement. And,
good.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important that as we build the movement, that more and more people learn how to break out of the shells of fear that prevent people from forming collective action, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, part of the way the control system works is people stay in their little isolated bubbles and don't trust, don't interact, don't learn with.
Yeah, people gotta stop taking it to themselves and roll down the window and scream out, "I'm as mad as hell and I'm gonna do something about it," you know?
Yeah. And also join forces to realize, because what happens a lot of times is when people feel disconnected or alone, and they get desperate and they do ineffective sorts of actions, right?
Yeah.
We want to build a movement that works for the long term. We have to progressively be smarter and smarter about how we transform the world around us. And the only way to do that is by debating, discussing, and learning with each other.
And physical, actual protests as opposed to online blogging and
exactly. I mean,
6-year-old YouTube comments.
Right. I mean, everything matters, but it's more important to actually physically change the world, like direct action, or creating counter institutions, alternative structures. One of the things I care about is direct democracy at the local level. So I'm working with folks at Oakland and Berkeley to create direct democracy in terms of the local budget. So neighborhood assemblies, tens of thousands of people get together and directly vote. How much money do we want to go to police? How much money do we want to go to parks and recs? How much money do we want to go to different things in the city? And ultimately, we can have a movement in the U.S. says, how much money do we want to go to the military? Or how much money do we want to go to education?
Yeah.
To people directly voting instead of...
And have a military that actually stays in this country as opposed to, go attack other people.
60% of our federal budget goes to the military. Most Americans don't know that, so in my experience, whenever people hear about that, they're shocked. But they feel powerless to do anything about it.
Why, of all our forces in the military, only 50,000 of them are actually in the United States? So, I mean, essentially, even militarily speaking, makes it a very useless military if we're ever attacked.
Well, we have bases all over.
But we don't, or like Hurricane Katrina, they didn't have the National Guard troops to save people. Yeah.
Well, we have an Imperial Army, not a self-defense army.
Yeah, not a useful one.
It used to be called the Department of War, right? And then they changed it to the Department of Defense just as we were getting more and more interventionists in people's, other countries' activities. So.
Yeah, it would be like withdrawing the troops out of Iraq by simply stop calling them troops and calling them
advisors.
Advisors. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, training corps. We're gonna keep 50,000 training corps, whatever the hell that is. Yeah. Or stop calling war. What's the new one? Kinetic action or something? That's like a new word for war. I don't even know how that even.
Airstrike?
Yeah.
It sounds like Air Jordan, airstrike.
Yeah, it sounds like a good running shoe, yeah.
Airstrike.
Or, I mean, I think of kinetic action, I'm thinking of physics. Kinetic, something that doesn't rub with friction.
Yeah, totally.
It doesn't even make sense with war.
Or I'm sit down and rest my leg.
Alright, man, well, thanks for the interview, and check out Washington, D.C. We're All Fired on Facebook.com, and it's all his videos going to be up there.
Cool, awesome. Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. You're All Fired, and it's on Facebook. You type it on Facebook, it's a Facebook page, and that's where all our stuff's published.
Cool. We're all fired?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Cool, alright. Thanks, man.
There you go, man.